Okay, I need to confess something, and it still makes me cringe.
Uh-oh. That face means it's good.
Last month, at a work event, a woman walks up to me, smiles, and says, "So, tell me about yourself."
Simple question.
You'd think my brain just left the building.
Completely?
Completely. I said, well, I do things. I work at a place, and I like, stuff.
You said stuff.
I said stuff. Out loud. To a stranger. With a name tag on.
That's incredible.
It gets worse. She just nodded slowly, like she was watching a video buffer.
The buffering face.
Exactly. And I panicked, so I kept adding random details. My cat's name, my commute time, a weird fact about my knee.
Your knee?
My knee, Maria. Nobody asked about my knee.
So what happened?
She smiled, said nice meeting you, and walked toward the snack table so fast I think she left wind behind her.
I'd have walked fast too.
And that whole disaster is actually the reason the anchor sentence method exists now, though I didn't know it yet in that moment.
Wait, what's the anchor sentence method?
Patience. I'm getting there.
Here's what got me later that night, though. I wasn't nervous because I don't know myself. I know myself fine.
Then why did it fall apart?
Because I'd never actually built the sentence. Thoughts about my life were floating around, but nothing ready to hand someone.
Like ingredients with no recipe.
Exactly. So the next morning, still embarrassed, I wrote one clear sentence about who I am and what I do, and practiced saying it out loud before I needed it.
Just one sentence?
One sentence, ready in advance, so my brain has somewhere to land instead of free-falling.
That's basically the anchor sentence method, isn't it?
Exactly. And yes, I now rehearse small talk in my car like a maniac.
Loving judgment, but still judgment.
Fair. But it worked. 2 weeks later, someone asked me the same question, and I didn't sink. I landed somewhere solid.
No knee facts?
Zero knee facts.
Real progress. And that's really today's whole episode, isn't it? Talking about yourself without turning into a nervous weather report.
Hey there, welcome back to Speak Unstoppable, where English feels like a real conversation, not a textbook.
I'm Maria.
And I'm John, still recovering from the knee incident.
Never letting that go.
Fair, but it leads right into today's topic.
Today, we're talking about how to speak about yourself with confidence in daily conversations, interviews, small talk, all of it.
Because so many learners freeze right where John froze, and English just disappears from their brain.
So today, we'll build your own anchor sentence and practice sounding calm instead of rushed.
Later, our word tour gives you 6 words for describing yourself clearly.
And Rewrite It turns nervous, awkward sentences into confident ones.
Great for B1 and B2 learners, and if you're closer to A2, just follow along and repeat what's useful.
So, Maria, honestly, when someone asks, "Tell me about yourself," what happens in your head?
Honestly, total static.
Static, like a radio between stations.
Exactly. My brain has 3 sentences ready, and they all start talking at once.
So none of them finish.
None of them finish. I end up rambling, jumping from my job to my hobbies to something my dog did last week.
Rambling is talking without a clear direction, saying more than needed and losing the point along the way.
That's me. A rambling tour with no destination.
But here's the thing, Maria. Rambling usually isn't a personality flaw.
No?
No, it's just what happens when there's no plan. Your brain is trying to answer a big question with zero structure.
So it just throws everything at the wall.
Exactly. Hoping something sticks.
That actually makes me feel better. I always thought it meant I didn't know myself.
It doesn't mean that at all. It means you haven't built the sentence yet, the way I hadn't built mine before the networking disaster.
The knee disaster.
The knee disaster, yes, and once I actually sat down and wrote one sentence, something weird happened. The panic had somewhere to go.
Like giving your thoughts a chair to sit in.
A chair to sit in. I love that. Instead of 10 scattered thoughts standing around confused, you've got one that sits down calmly and speaks first.
And the others can wait their turn.
Exactly. So that's takeaway number 1. Rambling isn't a character flaw. It's just a missing plan.
I like that so much better than I'm just bad at talking about myself.
You're not bad at it. You're unrehearsed. There's a difference.
Unrehearsed feels much kinder.
It's also just true. Nobody's born knowing how to summarize their whole life in 10 seconds.
Can I bring up a myth that annoys me?
Please.
People think confidence means saying a lot. Like the more words, the more confident you sound.
I actually believed that for years.
Most people do. But think about the most poised person you know.
Poised means calm, controlled, and comfortable, even under a little pressure.
Right, someone poised doesn't ramble to prove they're confident. They usually say less than you'd expect.
Wait. Less?
Less, but clearer. One solid sentence lands harder than 5 nervous ones stacked on top of each other.
That feels backwards. But I think you're right.
It's counterintuitive because we associate silence with awkwardness. So we fill every gap with extra words, just to avoid the pause.
The dreaded pause.
The dreaded pause, which honestly isn't even that dreadful. A short pause before you speak just sounds like you're thinking.
Not like you're panicking.
Exactly. Thinking, not panicking. There's a huge difference between the two, even though they can feel identical inside your chest.
So confidence isn't about talking more, it's about trusting the shorter version.
Trusting that one clear sentence is enough, and that you don't need to defend it with 6 extra ones.
That's takeaway number 2 then. Confidence is concise, not constant.
Concise means expressing something clearly using few words, nothing wasted.
I like that word. It sounds tidy.
It is tidy. And it's a lot less exhausting than my usual approach of explaining everything 4 different ways.
So next time I feel that urge to add a 6th explanation,
Don't. Trust the first clear one and let it stand there on its own.
let it stand there. And stop apologizing for it.
Can we talk about small talk for a second? Because that word alone makes some learners nervous.
Small talk is light, casual conversation about ordinary things, weather, weekend plans, nothing too deep.
Right, and people treat it like a test they're going to fail.
I used to think small talk was pointless. Just noise before the real conversation starts.
I thought that too, honestly.
But it's not noise, it's the doorway. Nobody walks straight into a deep conversation with a stranger.
True, that would be terrifying.
Small talk is just the warm-up lap. It gives both people time to relax before anything real gets said.
So if my small talk feels a little clumsy, that's actually fine?
More than fine, it's expected. Nobody's small talk is smooth every single time, not even native speakers.
That's genuinely reassuring.
And here's a trick. You don't need 10 small talk topics ready. You need 2 or 3 you can return to comfortably.
Like your anchor sentence, but for conversation in general.
Exactly like that. A weekend question, a work question, maybe a light opinion about something harmless, like coffee or the weather.
Anchors everywhere.
Anchors everywhere, and each one gives you somewhere steady to stand instead of scrambling for a new topic every 10 seconds.
Takeaway 3 then, small talk isn't a test, it's just the doorway, and you only need a couple of steady topics to walk through it.
I think I've been treating every doorway like a final exam.
Most of us do. But a doorway just needs you to step through it, not perform on it.
Step through, don't perform. I'm writing that one down.
Okay, but let me push back a little on all this.
Go ahead.
What if someone genuinely doesn't have an interesting anecdote ready? Not everyone has a dramatic knee story.
An anecdote is just a short, personal story you tell to make a point or connect with someone.
Right, and I think people assume their life needs to sound impressive to be worth sharing.
That's such a common trap.
It is. But an anecdote doesn't need drama, it just needs to be specific. I work in marketing is fine, but forgettable.
Whereas,
I spent 3 years writing captions nobody read, and somehow that taught me more about people than any course did that's specific. And a little funny.
it actually makes me want to know more.
That's the whole trick. Specific beats impressive. Every single time.
So I don't need a movie plot, I just need one real detail.
One real detail. That's it. Even something small, like why you chose your job, or a weird first-day memory.
What if the honest answer is just, I fell into this job by accident?
Say that. It's human, it's specific, and it's way more memorable than a polished, generic line.
Self-assured people, then, aren't the ones with the best stories.
Self-assured means confident and comfortable in yourself, without needing to prove anything extra.
They're just the ones willing to share an honest, specific one.
Takeaway 4. You don't need a dramatic anecdote. You need one true, specific detail and the confidence to actually say it out loud.
I might actually use the accidental job line.
Do it. It's honest, and honest is always more interesting than impressive.
So let's actually build one. Right now, live.
An anchor sentence?
Yes. Maria, if someone asked you today, tell me about yourself, what's one true, specific thing you'd want them to remember?
Honestly, that I got into teaching by accident, and somehow it became the thing I care about most.
See, that's already better than most rehearsed answers I've heard.
Really?
Really. It's got a small twist, by accident, and a clear feeling, the thing I care about most. That's your anchor.
So the formula is basically one honest detail plus one clear feeling.
Exactly. Nothing fancier than that. Not your entire resume, not your whole personality, just one true thread someone can hold on to.
And if my brain panics anyway?
Then you say your anchor sentence. Pause, breathe, and let the conversation build naturally from there.
Instead of throwing my whole life at someone in one breath.
Instead of the knee fact approach, yes,
We're never letting that go, are we?
never. But it's a perfect example because that night I had no anchor, so everything spilled out at once.
And now, you've got one sentence that holds steady, no matter how nervous you feel.
Exactly. It's not about eliminating nerves completely. It's about giving them somewhere calm to land.
A chair to sit in.
A chair to sit in. Every single time.
I might actually write mine down tonight and practice it in the mirror.
Do it. It feels silly for about 10 seconds, and then it just feels like yours.
One more thing before we move on. What about follow-up questions? Because that's usually where I really fall apart.
Oh, the follow-up.
Someone hears my anchor sentence and then asks something I didn't prepare for.
That happens to everyone, even in your first language.
Does it get easier?
It does, because once your anchor sentence is out there, you're not starting from zero anymore. You've already given them something to react to.
So the follow-up question isn't random, it's built on what I just said.
Exactly, which makes it easier than the original blank page question.
That's true. Nobody asks a totally unrelated follow-up.
Right, if you say you got into teaching by accident, they'll probably ask what the accident was.
Which I already know, because it's my own story.
Exactly. You're not improvising a stranger's topic, you're just adding one more layer to something you already own.
That reframes it completely. I always imagined follow-ups as a trap.
They're not a trap, they're an invitation to keep going. One small piece at a time.
One small piece at a time, instead of the whole knee-fact avalanche.
Instead of the avalanche, yes. And honestly, even a short, imperfect answer to a follow-up is fine. Nobody expects a perfect paragraph.
Just another honest sentence.
Just another honest sentence. And then you're back to breathing and listening again.
So the whole system really is just small, honest pieces, one after another.
That's it. No performance, no script memorized word for word, just small pieces you can actually hold on to under pressure.
I think that's the calmest version of confidence I've ever heard.
It's the only version that actually holds up in real conversations, especially the nerve-wracking ones.
I think I finally understand why my rehearsed answers always sounded stiff before.
Because they were memorized, not anchored. There's a real difference between the two.
Memorized breaks under pressure. Anchored just bends a little and keeps standing.
Now let's slow down and walk through today's 6 words, all about describing yourself with more ease and confidence.
I actually love this part of the episode.
Same. This is where the vague feelings turn into words you can actually grab onto.
Exactly. Words you can use the very next time someone asks you something. Our first word is rambling.
Rambling. Say it with me. Rambling.
Rambling means talking without a clear direction, adding more and more details, and slowly losing the main point along the way.
In conversation, you might say, "Sorry, I'm rambling. Let me get back to the actual question."
Or in writing, you could say, his answer felt rambling, with no clear structure for the reader to follow.
And remember, rambling isn't a flaw, it's just a missing plan, like we said earlier.
Which is honestly a relief to hear again. Our next word is concise.
Concise. Concise.
Concise means expressing something clearly, using only the words you actually need, nothing extra tacked on.
You might say, try to keep your answer concise. The main idea is really all we need.
Or in writing, her explanation was short and concise, which made it easy for everyone to remember.
Concise is basically the opposite of rambling, so it's a great pair to practice together.
2 words, 1 clear contrast, easy to remember. Our next word is poised.
Poised. Poised.
Poised means calm, controlled, and comfortable, even when there's a little pressure sitting in the room.
You could say, she looked so poised during the interview, even the tricky questions didn't rattle her.
Or in writing, he answered every question in a poised, steady voice, without ever rushing.
Poised people aren't fearless, they've just practiced staying steady. Our next word is small talk.
Small talk. Small talk.
Small talk is light, casual conversation about everyday things, the weather, the weekend, simple topics like that.
You might say, I'm not great at small talk, but I'm getting better with a little practice.
Or, in writing, the two colleagues exchanged some small talk before the meeting officially began.
And remember, small talk is just the doorway, not the whole conversation.
A doorway, not a final exam. Our next word is anecdote.
Anecdote. Anecdote.
An anecdote is a short, personal story you share to make a point or connect with someone.
You could say, let me tell you a quick anecdote about my first day at this job.
Or in writing, she opened her speech with a funny anecdote about learning to drive.
A good anecdote doesn't need to be dramatic, just specific, like we talked about earlier.
One true detail beats 10 vague ones. Our final word is self-assured.
Self-assured. Self-assured.
Self-assured means confident and comfortable in yourself, without needing to prove anything extra to anyone.
You might say, he walked in looking completely self-assured, even though it was his first day.
Or, in writing, her self-assured tone made the whole room trust her almost instantly.
And that's really today's goal, sounding self-assured, not because you say more, but because what you do say, you actually trust.
Confidence built on trust, not volume. Those were today's 6 words: rambling, concise, poised, small talk, anecdote, and self-assured. Try using just one of them in a real sentence this week, out loud, even if nobody's listening.
Even just whispering it in the shower counts.
It absolutely counts. The point is, your mouth gets used to the shape of the word before you actually need it under pressure.
Same goes for the sentence structures, not just the words themselves.
Exactly. Practice the pattern, not just the vocabulary, and it'll come out naturally when you need it most.
So now let's do our rewrite it segment, taking nervous sentences and turning them into calmer, more confident ones.
This is my favorite part, honestly, because it's so practical.
Same, it's less theory, more real sentences you can actually steal for yourself.
I'll read the nervous version, and you rewrite it live. No preparing in advance.
No cheating, got it. Let's try it. Nervous sentence 1. I don't really have anything interesting to say about myself.
Rewrite. Let me share one small anecdote instead. It's more fun than a summary anyway.
Much better already, it invites the other person in instead of shutting the door. Nervous sentence 2. Sorry, I'm probably rambling right now.
Rewrite. Let me be more concise. Here's the short version.
That instantly sounds more in control. And notice, no apology needed at all. Nervous sentence 3. I'm not good at small talk, so this might be awkward.
Rewrite. I'm still working on my small talk, but I'll give it a go.
Same honesty, way less apology, and honestly, way more likable too. Nervous sentence 4. I probably sound really unprepared right now.
Rewrite. Give me a second. I want to answer this clearly instead of rushing.
That's such a poised way to buy yourself a pause without sounding nervous at all. Nervous sentence 5. I don't know if this is even interesting, but
Rewrite. Here's a quick, specific story that actually explains a lot about me.
confident and inviting, not apologetic at all, and it sets up a real anecdote perfectly. Nervous sentence 6. I'm just not a confident person when it comes to talking about myself.
Rewrite. I'm still building my confidence here, but I know myself well enough to share this.
That one might be my favorite of the day. Honestly.
It's self-assured without pretending to be perfect. And I think that's really the whole idea.
None of these rewrites erase the nerves completely, and that's actually the point.
No, they just stop the nerves from running the entire conversation like they used to for me.
One honest, specific sentence said with a small pause instead of a scramble changes everything.
It really does. And you'll notice, none of these rewrites are longer or fancier than the nervous version.
Just calmer and a little more concise.
That's the whole shift, really. Not becoming a different person, just trusting the person you already are enough to speak clearly. One honest sentence at a time.
I think that's genuinely the calmest definition of confidence I've heard all episode.
It's the only version that actually survives real conversations, the ones that don't go exactly as planned.
Which, let's be honest, is basically every conversation ever.
Every single one. And that's exactly why the anchor sentence matters so much.
It's not a script. It's just a starting point steady enough to hold your weight.
A starting point, not a performance. That distinction alone would have saved me a lot of stress over the years.
So let's wrap up with today's core lesson.
Confidence isn't about saying more. It's about trusting one clear, honest sentence.
Rambling isn't a flaw, it's just a missing plan. And now you've got one.
Your challenge this week: write your own anchor sentence. One honest detail plus one clear feeling, and say it out loud.
Even in your car, like a certain someone.
Never letting that go.
Drop your anchor sentence in the comments. We genuinely want to read them.
And if this helped even a little, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one.
Thank you for spending this time with us today.
Keep practicing. Keep trusting your own voice.
And remember, one honest sentence is always enough. Today and every day after this.
Bye for now.
Your brain is still wired for the jungle. That's why modern life makes you anxious. Your brain was built for the jungle. You're using it in an office. No lion has chased you in years, but your body still reacts like one might. That racing heart before a meeting, same system that once meant run or die. That dread before opening your inbox, same alarm your ancestors felt hearing a branch snap in the dark. Your nervous system doesn't know the difference between a predator and a Slack notification. It just knows. Threat detected. React. 200,000 years of evolution built you to survive open plains and hidden danger, not fluorescent lighting and back-to-back calls. The humans who survived weren't the calm ones. They were the anxious ones, the ones who stayed alert, who assumed the worst, just in case. You are their descendant. Every deadline your brain treats like a hunt. Every rejection, like exile from the tribe which once meant death. So when you feel your chest tighten over something small, it's not small to your biology. It's ancient. You're not overreacting. You're just a jungle brain, running in an office you were never built for. Your brain was built for the jungle. You're using it in an office. No lion has chased you in years, but your body still reacts like one might. That racing heart before a meeting, same system that once meant run or die. That dread before opening your inbox, same alarm your ancestors felt hearing a branch snap in the dark. Your nervous system doesn't know the difference between a predator and a Slack notification. It just knows. Threat detected. React. 200,000 years of evolution built you to survive open plains and hidden danger, not fluorescent lighting and back-to-back calls. The humans who survived weren't the calm ones. They were the anxious ones, the ones who stayed alert, who assumed the worst, just in case. You are their descendant. Every deadline your brain treats like a hunt. Every rejection, like exile from the tribe which once meant death. So when you feel your chest tighten over something small, it's not small to your biology. It's ancient. You're not overreacting. You're just a jungle brain, running in an office you were never built for. Your brain was built for the jungle. You're using it in an office. No lion has chased you in years, but your body still reacts like one might. That racing heart before a meeting, same system that once meant run or die. That dread before opening your inbox, same alarm your ancestors felt hearing a branch snap in the dark. Your nervous system doesn't know the difference between a predator and a Slack notification. It just knows, threat detected. React. 200,000 years of evolution built you to survive open plains and hidden danger, not fluorescent lighting and back-to-back calls. Your world changed faster than your brain. Your environment became safer, but your instincts stayed ancient. So modern life can trigger survival responses to problems that aren't actually life or death. The humans who survived weren't the calm ones. They were the anxious ones, the ones who stayed alert, who assumed the worst just in case. You are their descendant. Every deadline your brain treats like a hunt. Every rejection, like exile from the tribe which once meant death. So when you feel your chest tighten over something small, it's not small to your biology. It's ancient. You're not overreacting. You're just a jungle brain, running in an office you were never built for.